We all do it. Let's see.
All right. So, I'm pumped. I'm not going to come to this way, but let's stand. I'm going to give you something new today. Here it is. A ram sam sam, a ram sam sam, gooly 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 ram sam sam. A Rafi, gooly 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 ram sam sam. That's our song. When you can, do the actions. Just listen. A ram sam sam, a ram sam sam, gooly 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 ram sam sam. A Rafi, gooly 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 ram sam sam. When you think you can do the first part, sing with me. Ready? A ram sam sam, a ram sam sam, gooly 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 ram sam sam. A Rafi, gooly 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 ram sam sam. And you even jumped in on the second part. Way to go. Way to be awesome. Do it again. And let's see if we can fill this room with sound. This is a silly song. You notice it's not like Beethoven or Mendelssohn. We can sing out. Ready? A ram sam sam, a ram sam sam, gooly 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 ram sam sam. A Rafi, gooly 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 ram sam sam. And some of you are even smiling at me. I love that. I love that. On a Rafi, will you make that really exciting? A Rafi, like you are shouting to a man on that mountain back there. Be like, you there. Have you guys seen Jimmy Fallon and Brad Pitt's yodel duet? Oh my goodness, you must search that tonight. Homework! Yes, we'll make the same amazing sound. Here we go, a ram. A ram sam sam, a ram sam sam, gooly 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 ram sam sam. A Rafi, gooly 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 ram sam sam. Are you willing to start? You guys start, I'll come in later. Ready? Your turn. A ram sam sam, a ram sam sam, gooly 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 ram sam sam. A ram sam sam, a ram sam sam, gooly 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 ram sam sam. A ram sam, gooly 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 ram sam sam. A Rafi, gooly 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 ram sam sam. Fabulous. Let's go this half. Will you start? I don't know half. Half is a fraction. I think this will work. You start. We'll come in second. Ready? A ram sam sam, a ram sam sam, gooly 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 ram sam sam. A ram sam sam, a ram sam sam, gooly 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 ram sam sam. A ram sam, gooly 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 ram sam sam. A Rafi, gooly 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 ram sam sam. So this I wouldn't do like right now in real life, but let's just see how this would progress. We would get smaller and smaller groups until we were willing to go every other. Let's excited. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So once we're gonna start, literally next to you, you're gonna hear all kinds of things. All good, of course. Here we go, ones. A ram sam sam, a ram sam sam, gooly 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 ram sam sam. A ram sam sam, a ram sam sam, gooly 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 ram sam sam. A ram sam, gooly 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 ram sam sam. A ram sam, a ram sam, gooly 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 ram sam sam. A Rafi, gooly 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 ram sam sam. And then we'll be done. Yeah, that was fun. Good. What were we able to do in that short amount of time? What is something really awesome that you were able to do?
Match pitch.
Matching pitch. We always want to do that so much, yes?
Harmonies. Maintain our own parts.
Yes, part independence. Boom. Now, we are hopefully music ed majors. That should be a little easier for us, right? But a song like this makes it really easy because it's got its layers. And they're like, oh yeah. So we're going to talk about how we did that. Let's do one more like this. I want to make sure I start on a really good
note for this, for us.
We're gonna do this. Do this. Any of you ASL, sign language people? Anybody know what this sign is? It's peace. Yeah, so we're gonna try this. Go now in peace. 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 Great following. Can you try the first line? Here we go. Go now in peace. 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 Nice. I think the first line is easier for me. I think the second line I have to think about more. So this time, sing the first line and then listen to the second line. Here we go. Go now in peace. 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 Let's just sing the second line. Ready? Go now in peace. Go now in peace. Go now in peace. One more time. Go now in peace. 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 Can someone point up here while we sing with you? Would someone be willing to be our director on the board? And point. Thanks, Amanda. All right, let's try it. Keep doing the hands. I think it's pretty. I'm sure there's another reason I'm having you do it, but it also looks really good. Here we go. Go now in peace. 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 Thank you. Oh, and she even gave us a cutoff. Wow. Good. Watch this. Go now in peace. Go now in peace. Do this with me, ready? Go now in peace. 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 That's a fun one. Now let's do legato. Legato is going to mean smooth and connected. I might show that by doing something like this rather than like this. Ready? Go now in peace. 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 Nice. Shall we try? You start. 1, 2. Go now in peace. 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 So now in peace. Go now in peace. Good. try it, just halvesies. Again, we'll kind of keep it simple. Right here, very good. And we started last time, we'll start, ready? Go now in peace, 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 go now in peace. Fabulous. It's actually going to be done really small, so let's try it just for today. Get close to a buddy, 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 buddy. Oh, look, perfect, buddies. We might end up kind of linking over, but we'll start, and then we start the measure after. Go now in peace, go now, and it sounds super cool. Ready? Go now in peace, 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 go now. Do it 2 times. Go now in peace, 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 go now in peace. We're gonna hold our last note at the end of this one. Go now right here, whatever you're on. Yeah, and so this has these little exit entrance spots that we can kind of grab. Good. Wow. That was kind of beautiful to start the day with. All right, have a seat. Let's talk about what we just did. Today we're kind of going to hit up SMART objectives, fundamentals, aims. Now we're to the what. We've talked about the why of what we teach. We talked about the who, which I think those are the most important. Maybe even who before the why. The who's and the whys matter the most. Now we're going to talk about the what's. So first of all, what did we teach today? What was the objective? If you had to tell me what you thought my objective was, this is always a little scary as a teacher. You're like, I don't know, sing a song. What are we working on today?
Independence singing.
Heart independence. Yeah, getting that independent singing. I love that.
Singing in natural minor mode.
Yes, did you hear we've all only done major up to this point, right? And I do recommend starting with a nice major song on that first day, but switch into minor as soon as you can. And they're like, ooh, I don't know about you, but whenever I did rounds in minor, I was suddenly like, I'm such a musician. Did you hear how awesome that sounded? It was just always so exciting. And there's a plethora of rounds in minor, so check them out. Good. Anything else that you thought we might be working on?
Motor control.
Maybe some motor control. We're doing some of our kinesthetic stuff. Yeah, good. Anything else you noticed? It might all be in there. Maybe I'm just going to write my objective right now. No, I'm just kidding. I've got one. But let's go here first. There was kind of a process, and your first peer teaching that you're going to do, you're going to teach your peers a song by rote, which means what? When I say learning by rote or teaching by rote?
Call and response.
Yeah, I'm not going to give you a piece of sheet music. I totally could have given this to you. I've been like, well, you start line 1, and then you're going to come in on line 2, right? That's a type of learning that's really important. So is learning by rote. I think they're both very important, especially when you consider so much of our music was passed down through oral tradition. I don't want to ever reject that tradition. We learn by hearing, by watching, by doing. So what is the process then? Kind of break it down for me. I tried to do purposely the same process in a Ram Sam Sam as I did in Go Now in Peace, even though they're super different. So what was the very first thing I did?
Listen first.
You listened first. And did I sing a part and have you repeat it? Right away. We did the whole thing. So that might be like a step 1. Demo the whole thing. Did I have you stand still and listen the first time.
mean,
I was going to, but you jumped right in, so it was fine. I gave you something physical to do, right? And I think that, for me and kids, super important. Having you stand still and listen to anything is quite a challenge, right? So either with this step, or I'm just going to put it as a step 2, they're doing something to connect with the music. Maybe it's physical. You might have them say, now this time, listen for blah, blah, blah. But you give them a job as you do those repetitions. How many repetitions did we end up doing? Quite a few, right? But they all have to be kind of different, so they're not like, oh my gosh, we've got it, we're repeating again. Yeah.
And then when we were in very small groups to remember my melody, it was, for me at least, it was almost mnemonic, like to do the movement helped me know where I was in the song.
Yes, yes, yes. So this, to me, this physical is usually some kind of a beat keeper, right? Ram, sem, sem, ram. And then what was I showing? Gooly, gooly, gooly. Why were those different gestures?
To match the words.
Match the words. Also, though, if we do look at this sheet music, something I thought was cool. See the quarter notes? Ram, sem, they're very boom, 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 which to me feels like this gesture. Gooly, 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 gooly. Those 8 notes and that kind of moving, rolling rhythm, that felt natural to me. So now when I pass that on to you, you have this target, like a, use the word mnemonic. I think this device to help us remember where we are and to kind of put it in context. Go now in peace, go now in peace, go now. Those are all purposeful things that we can do as teachers to kind of say, oh, this one's the slow one. Watch how slow that one goes. Okay, and already we're learning how to read music by reading the body, right? I think that's super important. So, then we invite you to join in. Did I say sing? This is hard because you're all such good musicians, Jen. I'll sing the whole thing. But was the goal that you sang the whole thing? No. So, little chunks, okay? That can be the first half, the second half. If I wanted to really separate, go now in peace, go now in peace. But to me that broke up, the line seemed to tell me this way. So you use the song to decide how to teach these, but little chunks that they can be successful on. Was the only goal of these note learning? Were there ever any little tidbits we gave out to you on things to improve in your sound? Little ones, right? Let's fill the room. Can you sing it staccato? Can you sing it legato? So start already in the little chunks. This is important to me as a choral person, but anything that we do for a long period of time becomes habit. So if we allow our students to sing with poor posture or kind of low energy, that will be their norm. So I think in here, this is instruction in the form of little reminders or little invitations. I'm just going to put on singing technique. Or this could also be like style technique or something musical you want them to do. These aren't like set in stone steps from something, but I think making repetition varied. Or increasing complexity. So the end goal was, let's sing around. Let's sing in parts. Let's hear harmony. Honestly, Go in Peace sounded so cool in here. I wanted to record you. It was just really a rewarding experience. And these songs that are canons or rounds or layer songs or partner songs are so rewarding in that way, in that I can get this music down really fast. If I tried to teach you the gooly gooly of this in thirds, and I was like using gooly gooly and using gooly gooly, this weird, it would be really a struggle. But because we learned it in this way, now the layer just feels super easy, and I'm like, hey, I'm singing thirds from you. That's super cool. Go in Peace is really, Shalom Chavarim is what it's called, if you ever are searching it, if any of you know that piece. Again, they kind of have this awesome corner on the market for minor pieces, rounds. Oh, they're fabulous. But this harmony was so rewarding. I saw some of you look around like, that sounds cool. So we increased the complexity from the very beginning. to the end. What was this step? What was this right here? I can't even explain. Why? What is this?
You're showing the contour of the line.
Yes, we're preparing music reading, right? Suddenly, I might be like, what is it, B? Go now, wow, it follows right along, right? That was intentional. But that kind of thing is preparing them to read. It also serves a type of music learning, any type of learning, the visual. I'm so visual. I cannot handle teachers that will just lecture and I'm like, I'm learning nothing. And it's not their fault, it's mine, because that's just not my way of learning. So we try to cover all of our learners. We did something kinesthetic. We are definitely doing the oral. You're listening and trying to make meaning of that. But this to me was just a helpful little visual thing. And then I can point out, look how this song is kind of like a mirror of itself. That's kind of cool. Lots of things we can do here. So inside this instruction, I guess I can put this as 6, but it could go here. We can prepare future skills. Notice I didn't say, now write the melody on a piece of staff paper. No, that wasn't our goal, right? But I'm preparing them. And then we might add this, again, not really steps, but just ideas. I guess I probably shouldn't have put numbers. I don't know if the word is cater. I'm thinking the word cater. Cater to all learning styles. I'm not sure I like the word cater. Like I'm bringing you a cookie or something.
Include.
Include, yes, that's very nice. Include, help, benefit, remember, think of them fondly. Okay, and then we always want to end with, I don't know if we'll have other steps, but I like to end with something that's success. To sing anything in parts with our young people is so rewarding to them. We forget the first time we heard something cool. Because most of us have been hearing cool things for the last 8 years or so, and that's why we're here. But they're like, and then you stop them on some random chord, now hold that. And they're like, oh, we are a choir. That's just a cool feeling. So you always want to end somewhere here, the magic moment, when they're like, wow, we did that. In 5 minutes, we were singing in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-part harmony. That's a miracle. Probably wouldn't do that on the first day of class. But we've got that ready to go. Anything else? What else did we do? Am I forgetting something cool that we did? This will go slower with your people. Yes?
I mean, it's a small gesture, but like that you include a sign language element. And like, I don't know, it's kind of catering to more types of people. And
I
so
like that.
that goes with like choosing repertoire that's not only super Western, like all that stuff. So you
Yes.
cater to diverse students maybe, or identities.
I like that.
And like not even just catering to it, but making other students aware that
Yeah.
there are differences.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
other
and-
people might have this.
Yeah, how cool if you've got someone that is a sign language student at your school, and you can be like, they might not hear you, but look what you're showing them in the music. They can feel that that's got a thing. I mean, that's a really cool idea. Also, speaking of this inclusive of diversity, but it's not necessarily in the rote, but Ram Sam Sam, I want to say from Morocco, yes. And Gonampi Shalom Chavarim, actually from Israel, right? That's our Hebrew stuff there. So picking these songs where kids are like, wow, now what can I do in this lesson? We can totally go in different directions. We can break out and be like, what does this song mean? Go now in peace. Why does it sound sad though to us? I'd be like, go now in peace, go now and goodbye. That would be like my thing, right? Well, this is how their music sounds. What does that make us do? What does that think of? This is a really great starting point for your students to kind of get in another culture's mindset and think about that. Good idea. Just make sure. Awesome. So, your job, let me see if I got it, singing copy. Different lifestyles? Yes. Oh, I wrote this, embed the teaching in comparisons. I didn't do this with a Ram Sam Sam, but I did do it in Go Now piece, this staccato versus legato. Students are really good at seeing opposites and pointing those out. We might not be, if you were saying, go now in peace, go now in peace, and I said, now make it legato. Go now in peace. That's not as easy of a thing for them to recognize the subtleties, but to really embed learning in contrast, have them do the opposite of what you want to that one. So we'll put that as 7C. I'll put it here. I knew I shouldn't number these. Embed in contrast or opposites. You'll notice a lot of, are any of you not in the lab? I keep asking this, because I just want to call on things. When Dr. Mercado will do kind of a wrong right, she'll do something super extreme. No one was standing like this, right? But we immediately like, oh, alignment, right? This sends the message of, I want you to do this. So those kinds of opposites, no one would be singing, go, no, something cool though about that happened. What, did any of you notice something that you were learning when we were doing the staccato gesture?
Pitch.
Pitch had to center up.
When you're doing staccato, there's no room to be like, duh, or
Right.
there's no
I can't
room.
approximate. I don't have time. What else? Yeah.
How to count the long sustain notes?
Yeah, that was the part. I was like, go, no. I really had to know, do I know what beat that's coming on? I thought that was a great, I didn't even plan that, but that was a great musical moment for me to be like, am I super accurate on this? Then I can move to, how many beats of silence did you have? Go, no, in peace. So that might be this one with the dot, right? We could do that, but and I guess that's the cool thing about rote songs. You can do this with college students. Right now I could say, okay, that's our dictation today. Write out that melody, and then put a 4-part harmonic blah, blah, blah underneath. We could take that and make that extreme, or I could have preschoolers, and they could be like, cool, right? And there's everything in between when you do this kind of learning. The second you put something in front of someone, I might turn off. I might say, oh, I don't read music. Why does it say shalom chavarim, right? I'm suddenly distracted by this. The rote song is a wonderful way to bring them to you. So that's what we're doing. September, when do you have that? 12th. Tons of time. Tons of time to prepare. It'll be short. We're going to pick something. I highly invite you to enjoy my friend bethsnotes.com. I love her website. The USOE songbook link, though, is also very good. You can check those out. Find some song. Not all songs are created equal. Okay, and this is something that I did not stress enough. It's funny, I got to do this last year, so now you learn and improve from the year before. I had people bring in songs that I just felt like didn't bring anything musical to me as a human. So, yes, you can teach Rice-A-Roni, the San Francisco treat, to your students. I don't feel that that brings me a ton of musical information. So as you're looking through her stuff, be thinking, or maybe through stuff that you know, be thinking, what is musical about this? What brings this to them? It does not have to be around. It can be any rote song that you choose that has a purpose, and that's what we're going to go into next. Questions about the plan, then? You're going to fill 8 minutes of time. I think both of mine took about that, but this part, know that if you're teaching peers, you're all quite skilled and listening and doing. This part won't take as much as we think. So you're going to plan for us, which you wouldn't as much have to plan for children, right? But you're going to plan, what are these repetitions to vary? What are the increasing complexities? What can we add? Can I say, how about you write a rhythmic ostinato right here on your leg, or on the desk or something? What are the things that you can bring to that? Having that backup area plan in case your peers are like, we are the Mormon Tabernacle Choir. We got on the first try. Like, okay, let's add something. So I think that's important that you remember, even though we're practicing teaching kids, we are peers, and I want you to plan for what you have, or else it's fake. So if you're planning to teach your peers a song I wrote, yes? So that's September 12th. Next week, September 5th, we're going to Emerson, and I'll give you more details on that. I'm so excited. Anyone still not have clearance to enter a school legally? Okay, get there,
I
Excellent.
just haven't sent it to.
The humans, that's right, we need that. But make sure you have it.
Do we have to arrange our own transport to Emerson Elementary?
Yes, yes, and that's, in the syllabus, if any, I highly recommend, yeah, maybe we can start a discussion post
friend.
on there. Hi, friends, I'm so popular now. And if, you know, if we ever needed to figure out something, if someone is struggling, we could do that. This Thursday, plan on, leaving there at 9:20. And I know you have 9:40 classes, that's why I checked. But I want to give you a chance to see both teachers on the same day so we don't have to go there twice. So they have 8 to 8:35, and I'll send this all to you, 8:40 to 9:20-ish, 9:15-ish, and then we'll do a quick. So that might be one that you want to tell your Thursday teacher about. For our next 3 teachings that we do with them, where you're teaching, I've organized it in a way that you will only have one time that you'll get out at 9:20, the other times you're out by 8:40. So I'm hoping that that will not kill you. I'm hoping one time, if you're a little hair late, but tell me, I can always email them like in high school and be like, I'm sorry, it's my fault. I'm high school brain, so that's totally fine. All right, we're gonna get into some biz now about SMART objectives. Have you talked about these before?
Yes.
Smartness, let's list it. What's SMART? What does that mean?
Simple, that's what this is.
S is specific, M is
Specific.
measurable, measurable, A is attainable, R is realistic,
T is time.
T is time oriented.
Good job.
Booyah! Woo! Okay, this was accessible, what did you say? Attainable.
Attainable. Specific, measurable.
I heard someone say simple here. Honestly, those could both go in together. And you'll see a bunch of different acronyms for these things. I've seen achievable, I've seen something else here. But it's the same idea that we want our objectives to be so clear that we cannot fail our students. That we don't get so caught up in, I'm not really sure what I'm teaching today. That is the worst answer. When you go in with your student teacher and you're like, so what was the goal today? God, I don't really know. And I'm like, okay, well let's at least do, but before you walk on a podium, you gotta have something in your head that's a goal. Or else, you're just going through music, and you'll find good things. You're all good teachers. I know I can punt. I know if someone called me today, they're like, I need a sub, will you come in and work with my choir? I'd be like, heck yes I can. I could stand there, I could grab music, I could look at them. That is possible. I'm not gonna tell you it isn't. And sadly, a lot of our music educators, because of time constraints, that is their norm. It should never be your norm. It should be your emergency backup plan, your amazing skills. Because your students deserve to have you come prepared with a goal every time, or else we're wasting your time. And so I hope that that's something that you take from this class. I'm kind of annoying about this, like super. In fact, you'll notice if